What's up, drivers? What's going on today? Down in Georgia, freight slow, and I booked a load. Feel lucky that I booked a load. It's going up to Pennsylvania, and if you ask me, that's a pretty good move right now. Alright, I could have went to Florida for $1,900, but there's nothing coming out of Florida. Okay, unless you're in Miami and you get some 800-mile load and pay $700 going into Alabama. So here I am on a load. I think this is probably the best move. If I get up to Pennsylvania and Jersey area, I could probably get $3,500 going back to Florida. Loads going to Florida right now are paying good because nothing is coming out of Florida. So if you can get that $3,500 and your $700 to Alabama and deadhead the truck to Atlanta and pick up another load and go back to the Jersey, PA area, you can make pretty good money right now. And that's what I think. Freight is slow, short runs don't pay much. This is not the best time of the year to have your own authority at all. So if you have your own authority still, you're as crazy as me. If you're smart, you basically leased under someone else 2 years ago and you're running truck runs, you know. So that's probably a pretty good move. And then if the economy picks up, you can activate your authority again and run it and get top dollar freight. But there is no top dollar freight right now, you know, unless you're hauling boats. So Gentry and Sons on YouTube, this guy's hauling boats, making pretty good money, and plus he's got his name out and his channel, so people just, of course they want to do business with him. They probably want to meet him in person anyway, so they're willing to just do business, and they would be excited to know Gentry and Sons is actually coming to their location to pick up the freight, the boats. Yeah, so that's it. I'm out here trucking on these back roads, and I'm gonna go pick up my load at the 3 p.m. appointment and run it up to basically, you know, PA. So got a 1:30 p.m. delivery on Friday. That's pretty damn good. I don't plan on working after that. So I got a water pump that's leaking. The weep hole on the water pump just started leaking. It drips occasionally, and I got to replace that water pump. So maybe I'll make a video of that. That job is a pain in the butt. Especially if you haven't done it in a long time. You could probably got to replace all the hoses around it. I'd recommend doing that. It's dirty. This thing is crudded up, so I got to clean this crap off. Clean her up first with a pressure washer and prep it, because I mean, it's gonna be a dirty job. So yeah, we got to get that new water pump in. I could probably truck 2 more weeks with this water pump. You know, eventually it's gonna really start leaking. You know, and then I'm gonna be spending the money on coolant, stuff like that. So it's just dripping right now. Drip, drip, drip. Not well, less than that. Sometimes it drips. Sometimes it doesn't drip. So, but you know, in the past, I know, don't push your luck. So when you got the chance to do your water pump, do it, or pay someone to do it. But really, it's not fun if you do it yourself. So that's it. That's it. I don't know what the hell's going on with the People's Convoy, or what is the truckers protest. Not sure what's happening down there. Sounds like there's a war happening. Tanks are rolling up or something like that. No, military vehicles. Not tanks yet. But it's Texas versus the government. Texas wants to probably split off and make its own currency. That's probably like what they want to do. They're just fed up with this crap. I'm sure the entire South is fed up with this crap. Everyone that lost the Civil War is probably pissed right now. You know, I'm not saying like the outcome of the Civil War should be what they wanted, with slavery being continued, but I'm saying basically, you know, they could have abolished slavery anyway and just continued their own separate entity and did what they wanted to do and had their own currency. But DUC is just ruling the entire country and ruining people's lives. So I can imagine right now the South would probably want to split off from the North and just make like some other Richmond, Virginia, the capital, or something like that. Atlanta, you know, Greenville, South Carolina, Dallas, Texas. There you go. That's a pretty good capital. So, yep, that's it. Got this Detroit 12.7, 500 horsepower, 1850 torque. Got my wastegate adjusted just right. New air filter on. I can't believe how clean the oil is in this truck after 15,000 miles. Like, it's overdue for oil by 1,000 miles, and the oil is so clean. Like, a good way to check the oil: take the dipstick out, rub your fingers on it, rub your fingers together, see if there's some transparency in the oil left. If there is, your oil is probably still good. So this oil, there's something going on with this tune where it's just not putting a lot of soot in the oil like the old tune I had. So I can't believe what I'm seeing. And I'm probably just going to drain 5 gallons out and pour 5 more gallons in and drive it another 10,000 miles. Because right now the oil, I mean, the oil is so clear looking that I've had oil changes that look like this right after I leave a shop. So I am absolutely amazed. I never in a million years thought a Detroit 60 could keep oil this clean. And the whole time, over all my years of trucking, I thought it always came down to the pistons and if you need a rebuild or not. But that is not true, because the tune I had before was sooting up the oil after 10,000 miles, and now I have a different tune. And it's not putting the soot in the oil like it was before. So 1850 torque. Now the thing is, I say 500 horsepower, but for some reason the boost is maxing out at 18 psi. So I think what I'm getting is like what a 500 horsepower tune would be like through like the RPM ranges in the power band, but capped at 18 psi. So it's not pushing past 18 psi. So is it really 500 horsepower? Probably not. But through the lower RPMs up to like 1750, and as long as it's staying below 18 psi, it's pretty peppy. It's capped. It's like if you had a 600 horsepower tune and you had like a piece of rubber under your freaking foot pedal, so you couldn't push it all the way to the floor. So like maybe it's something like that. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's got power. But when you have 18 psi max boost, like, yeah, it takes a little longer to get going, maybe. But when you get going and you have 1850 torque, and you don't need to really pass 18 psi boost anyway, unless you're climbing like a huge freaking hill, it's pretty good. And it's pretty good on fuel too. So, yep, that's about it. What else? I don't know. I got a long list of truck repairs to do on this truck. And it's stacking up. So this truck is old, faded white, and it needs paint, and the interior is dirty and it needs paint, and the trailer needs some work. I mean, this is like really, I got shit stacking up. I gotta I almost want like a newer Cascadia, and I don't even like want to own a trailer at this point. But you know, I think I'm just gonna chill out with the anxiety, just fix the things that need fixing. You know, like the trailer needs airbags and maybe clear coat epoxy on the floor or something. Like, I would just like to make it look a little nicer. It's dirty on the outside. The rear bumper's all rusty, so there's a lot of stuff. And then there's the tractor, ugly faded white, ugly interior, carpet on the floor that needs replacing. I need something else. Got to keep in mind, I can't go too heavy on the weight. Tile floor would be too heavy. Vinyl floor might be too heavy. My steer axle's already at like its max at a full tank, so I cannot go like putting too much crap in here. So yeah, I'll be posting videos of it, so stay tuned.